Hi guys, I'm Elsa Eka Putri, student of English Department, Polytechnic Negeri Padang. So this time I want to tell you how important it is to study communication sessions. So let's get started. To start, I want to tell you guys what is communication. According to communication expert as well, communication is the process of conveying a message by the communicator to the communicant through the media, which has a central effect on the recipient. Then, after know the meaning of communication, let's look at the type of communication. Type of communication based on the way of conveying information. First, verbal communication is communication that is conveyed directly and indirectly. Second, nonverbal communication is communication that is done through writing, attitude, or behavior. Type of communication based on behavior. There are two types of communication based on behavior. First, formal communication. This communication is usually carried out a certain effect. For example, an event at a company, organization, or situation where we have to use formal and structural language. Second, informal communication. This type of communication is more relaxed and not rigid. Type of communication based on continuity. Direct communication. This type of communication is carried out directly without using central tools or media and without any third person. While indirect communication is a type of communication that depends on tools and third parties in its delivery. Then there are types of communication based on scope. First, internal communication. There are several parts to internal communication. A. Vertical communication. Communication can be occur between leaders and members. Usually, this communication is the form of orders, praise, departments, and so on. B. Horizontal communication. This communication can be done by having an equal position. Example, for a student talking to another student. Then, diagonal communication. This communication can be carried out by someone who has a different position or position to someone who is not positioned in a vertical line with him. To understand it even more, I will give you an example of diagonal communication. Civil engineering design department given an order to overhead line electrical section, or overhead line design department given order to civil design section. Second, external communication. Communication is made to a person or community that is in a different scope. Example of exhibition, promotion, press conference, and so forth. After know what communication is and the type of communication, of course there are several aspects that support communication to work well. And in my opinion, the aspect of communication that can support a communication goes well, namely the media or means of conveying the message. If the media or tools used in conveying the message are not running properly, then the message given by the communicator to the communicant will certainly be disrupted as well. This obstacle will make a communication will not work properly. And for that, Let's interview a Padang Polytechnic Negeri Padang student about what obstacle she often feel when communicating. Let's go. So this time, I'm going to interview my friend about the communication barrier that she feel in communicating.
Baik, sebelumnya perkenalkan nama saya Fitri Elsa dengan nomor BP 21011052079 dengan jurusan Teknik Elektro, program studi D3 Teknik Telekomunikasi. Baik, saya akan menjawab pertanyaan dari Elsa, yaitu tentang hambatan berkomunikasi. Hambatan pribadi saya kalau tentang berkomunikasi itu salah satunya penilaian saya itu di ranah afektif yang berkaitan dengan sikap dan nilai. Bagaimana cara kita berkomunikasi dengan orang yang pemalu, dengan orang yang welcome gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya kita berkomunikasi dengan orang yang pemalu, tentunya tidak efektif lah berkomunikasi. Misalkan kita misalnya orangnya welcome. Itulah salah satunya hambatan yang saya rasakan di dalam berkomunikasi.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Bye-bye. Based on the example of communication barrier, it turns out that it's very influential in communication. Okay, after know the meaning of communication, type of communication, and various other important information, of course, you are ready to understand how to communicate properly and correctly. But in communicating, of course, we cannot speak correctly or write message that are not clear. For that, let's run to important of learning to think critically. So, critical thinking is an ability to think rationally and orderly. So, why is critical thinking so important? When we think critically, when we will always feel challenged. This also apply in our daily life. An example of this critical thinking is if we find something that isn't actually functional normally, by thinking critically we can identify a new better solution. Critical thinking make it easier for us to solve problems. When you get used to critical thinking, it will automatically be easier for us to solve a problem. And how to think sharpen yourself to think critically? First, you have to read a lot of books. By reading a lot of books, of course, you will get a variety of information that can help you think critically. If you are unsure about some information, you can ask someone who you think is an expert in the field. To hone critical thinking, you can also make observation, practical problem solving, or you can also discuss a problem in the form of a group. Of course, with various point of view from various people, you will train yourself to think critically. Okay, that's all for me. See you in next video. Bye bye.